hear this hour, at least 70 firefighters are battling raging fires in the Overberg region of the Western Cape. That area has been ravaged by fire since December last year. Joining me now on the line to give us all the latest is James-Brent Styan. Hi there, James. How bad is the situation today?
Hi. Well, it's bad. It's pretty bad. The conditions are terrible. Very, very windy. Very, very hot. And it's some very difficult terrain once again. The good news is that the fires aren't burning in an area where there's a lot of people or structures. It's largely in a vegetation area. So the danger is mostly ecological at the moment, the threat, but it's heading towards the Groenlandsberg Nature Reserve. The fire is raging at the moment roughly between, the Van Pass, it's between Verliesdorp and Botrevier. So that's roughly the area where it is. It's to the east of Grabouw. When you come up Salaris Pass, it's to your left. So there's a lot of smoke in the area as well. Just urging motorists driving along on the big routes as well to take care and just to keep the windows rolled up.
Just to be clear, James, there have been fires in that part of the country since the latter part of December. Is this the same area where you had issues in the past, or have we now seen a different flare-up?
No, it's a new one. The previous fires, the big ones, the Overstrand one was in the Betty's Bay area. That's quite some. It's close by, but it's not the same fire. It's probably about 50, 60 kilometers further away from the Betty's Bay fire. So it's a new one. It's obviously the season is very challenging. It's really taxing the resources. The people are exhausted. These firefighters have been working since early December on multiple fires. We've had the Wuppertal disaster, so it's not turning out to be a nice season in the Western Cape. But we were sort of aware of it. Every year the situation keeps getting worse. I suppose it's climate change. We've had this terrible drought that we've been dealing with. So the veld is very, very dry. This fire that we're combating today, it's a lot of alien vegetation, which causes so much. That's why you see such a lot of smoke. So the alien vegetation is a major problem, ongoing concern in many areas, and that is the major problem at the moment.
So given the concerns around the exhaustion of the firefighters, are you looking at bringing in reinforcements from elsewhere?
All the time. New reinforcements coming in next week again. So, no, we certainly don't overtax the firefighters. They are on very strict protocols that get applied. They're managed very well. I mean, this isn't our first rodeo. We've been doing this for a number of years. We've got many volunteer partners. And when the fires get worse, we can mobilize additional resources very quickly. So no, we certainly won't push firefighters beyond where they should be going.
As always with this sort of situation, the main concern is around potential loss of life and damage to property. How are we looking on that front?
Well, that's always our first priority, is to look after people and their lives, and then structures secondary. At the moment, it seems as if this fire that we're fighting right now, there isn't a real threat to the public in terms of their life or to any structures. But it can always change. You don't know which direction the wind's going to go. And, of course, there's always a threat to the firefighters on the ground. So they've got to watch the situation very closely and make sure they read the fire lines correctly. And that remains an ongoing situation.
Let's pick up on that, because earlier you also mentioned that there's quite a lot of smoke in the area at the moment. Has it affected the flow of traffic around there, or is it smooth sailing on the roads?
I'm not up to date on the traffic situation at the moment. I believe there would be some challenges if you're trying to drive between Botrevier and Verliesdorp. I think there's going to be a challenge, but largely on the main routes there shouldn't be challenges at this stage.
James Styan from the Western Cape Disaster Management Office, thank you so much for your time.